What's up, everybody? It's the Greek Goliath, Nick Chapralis. I wasn't going to make a video about this, but a few people on my YouTube channel asked my opinion, so here goes. Uh, the Deadlift World Championships were today, and Eddie Hall won with an astronomical pull of 1,100 pounds. 1,100, as in 100 pounds over 1,000, which is like can't even fathom that in my brain, that a human being can actually even stand up with that kind of weight in their hands. Um, However, the question that I was asked was about the format of the actual contest and the validity of the lifting that was done today. Which, in order to question the validity of a certain contest, you have to look back at similar contests and similar records that were set in the past. Now, for decades, 1,000 pound deadlift was thought to be impossible. 800-pound deadlifts 30 years ago were national news. 900 was like unheard of. And then Andy Bolton and Benedict Magnusson kind of started racing for 1,000. And then Benedict Magnusson pulled 1,015. And we were off to the races. And when Benedict Magnusson pulled 1,015, he pulled it raw. He pulled it with a belt and chalk. Now, a little bit after that, onto the scene comes the beast, Eddie Hall, who is a freak of an athlete, unbelievable brick shithouse of a deadlifter. Arguably the greatest deadlifter of all time. And I don't think there's any argument that it's either him or Magnuson. It's one of the two. Pound for pound, you can probably throw Chris Duffin in there somewhere because he's just a savage too. But anyway, so Eddie Hall after that pulls 1,018, but he uses straps. So he pulls 3 pounds more than Benny, but there's controversy because he used straps. Then this year at the Arnold, Eddie pulls 1,023 with straps and with a specialty bar. So more controversy. Then today, Eddie Hall pulls 1,100. And might I add, he pulls 1,100 41 days after he pulled 1,023. He put 77 pounds on his deadlift in 41 days. Which begs the question, is it these guys getting stronger, or are they just using more equipment? Which, funny you should say that, because today they allowed straps, they allowed suits, they had a specialty bar, they allowed hitching, they allowed basically anything from, besides hydraulic lifts to get this weight off the ground. So, as far as the validity of the lift, yeah, Eddie Hall actually took 1,100 pounds and lifted it off the ground and held it there. But I think that what needs to be done is that there needs to be, for these contests, if you're going to have a world deadlift championship, there needs to be a set of rules, and it has to be the same every year. And the equipment has to be the same, and all the shit that you can wear has to be all the same. Otherwise, these records are really just kind of arbitrary, because they're just going to keep making better and better shit and better suits and all this shit. And I mean, where do you draw the line, So, to answer my question of the validity of the lift, I mean, obviously a record was set today, but I think the question is, what is the record? I mean, it certainly isn't the powerlifting record. So is it like the multiply strapped specialty bar deadlift record? I mean, if you want to call it that, then I'll go with that. I mean, that's basically what it is. So it's tough to say. And, I mean, I don't really give a shit. I think all this shit is amazing anyway. Jerry Pritchett, Benedict Magnusson, Eddie Hall, Brian Shaw, who did not compete today because he's training for Worlds. But regardless, I think these guys are all freaks. And I think that, given the opportunity, they're all going to put up massive numbers. But it's tough to say. I mean, but right now, I'm still going with the most impressive thing I've ever seen is Benedict Magnusson's 1,015 raw deadlift. That was, to me, the most impressive. So that's my opinion. and I'm sure that yours can differ from mine. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. And that's my opinion on that. Later.